Hi guys, welcome to this beginner-friendly full body mobility flow. We have a 10 minutes flow and we are going to flow from one movement to another. Before we get into it, I do have a challenge of hitting 10k subscribers, so it would really help if you guys can share and like this video, share it with your friends if you like it. What's going to happen once I hit that 10k? I'm going to do a live session of Q&A and mobility with you. So let's hit that 10k as soon as possible. Let's get into it. So for this one, this mobility flow, you only need your mat, and if you know that a deep squat will be a challenge, you can have props with you such as yoga blocks or some higher books with you to put under your heel. I'm going to let you know when it's timely. So coming into the end of our mat, taking our big toes to touch, knees are open, we are going to sink into a child pose here, taking hands all the way to the front of the mat, bringing our forehead on the mat, relaxing here, really trying to sink our hips down deep. And from here, planting our hands firmly on the floor, pulling up into a plank position. From here, going back to that child pose, we are going to rock back and forth like this 5 times. Rocking forward, pushing back, inhaling as we come forward, exhaling as we push back, 3 more like this, inhaling as we pull forward, exhaling back, and 2 more, inhaling forward, exhaling back, 1 last one. Now from here, we are going to bring our knees slightly more close to each other, so it's going to be more base of support, and firmly pressing those fingertips on the mat, pulling up into an all-fours position. From here, taking right foot outside of the right hand. If it needs, we can help with our hands, so we can pull our shin bone forward and planting that foot down, taking our gaze forward, engaging shoulder blades here. So our shoulders are active, we are not collapsing. Taking gaze forward, sinking deep into our hips. From here, taking right elbow on the mat, inside of our right foot if it's accessible. If not, no problem. We can just stay on this level. If possible, we tap our right elbow on the mat, driving that right elbow up to the sky, taking right fingertips up to the sky as well, taking gaze up, not collapsing on the left shoulder, coming back down. Now gently pushing our hips back, coming back into that all-fours position. We are going to go straight into the other side. So left foot outside of the left hand. If needed, we'll help with the hand, pushing hips forward, sinking down, so the left knee can travel forward over the left toes. In this way, we get more space created on the hip area. Now engaging our shoulder blades, taking gaze forward, stretching those hips here. Inhaling 1, exhaling through the nose as well. Now they can either staying here for a little more moment, or we are going to take that left elbow on the mat, driving left elbow up to the sky, taking fingertips up to the sky, gaze follows, right shoulder is active, pressing that mat down, coming back down, and now pushing into that all-fours position again. We are going to sink back into that child pose here. Now pulling up into an all-fours position, and if possible, we are going to lower our hips down, but if this feels a little much, we are just going to stay in that plank position here. But if you know that you can sink your hips slightly lower, you can bend your elbows in, keeping lower belly active here, so we are not collapsing on the lower back. Taking gaze forward, chin tucks down, core is active, and we pull back into that all-fours. Now from here, we are going to tuck our toes under. So toes are tucked under. We are going to sit our hips back. Now keep your yoga blocks close to you if you know that it's going to be hard to go into that deep squat. So From here we walk our fingertips close to our knees and we push our hips back, coming into that deep squat position. So I'm just going to show it to you from the front. When we are in the deep squat position, we want to keep our feet pointing forward. So we don't want to keep the feet too much open and collapse the knee in, but we want to rather keep the feet pointing forward, maybe slightly open if this is more accessible for your biomechanics. And from here, the belly is inside of our legs. Sitting here firmly, straightening our back. I'm going to show from the side again. So here as we sit, we try and keep our torso upright. And from here, we are going to reach our fingertips up to the sky, really lengthening our spine here. Now as we lower our fingertips down, we can round our spine here. We are going to go 3 like this. So inhaling as we lift, exhaling as we roll, inhaling as we lift. And now if the yoga blocks are underneath our heels, it's going to be a little bit easier to stay in this position. And 2 more. Inhaling and lift, exhaling and down, inhaling, lift, exhaling and down. Now from here, we are going to push our hips up into a forward fold. So firmly planting our hands on the mat, rocking weight forward slightly, pushing our hips up, either with the yoga block underneath the heel or heels are down on the mat. Here we want to be quite cautious with the hamstrings because they are maybe not awake yet. So as our heels are on the mat, our knees can either be slightly bent or we can straighten them depending where it feels comfortable currently. Take it always easy with your body and know your own body. From here, as I feel comfortable in this position and I can slightly straighten those knees more, I can start straightening my back as well. So my aim here is to keep my crown tall. So I'm trying to really pull that crown forward here as I'm pushing my hips back and tucking my tailbone up to the sky. It is not wrong to be rounded slightly, but that just means that we don't feel as much stretch on the back chain. So as I tip my tailbone up to the sky, I can really feel that stretch on my hamstrings here. Now we are going to pulse a couple of times. So as we lower our hips, we take our gaze forward and we press our legs straight, coming back into that forward fold. Let's do 2 more like this. So inhaling as we come down, exhaling as we come up. Actually, it's not wrong to do the inhalation and exhalation the opposite as well, as long as we keep moving in the rhythm of our breathing. That's the key here. Now from here, we are going to plant our hands to the front of the mat, firm fingers, so we are cupping the mat. We are going to step into a plank position. From here, we are going to push our hips up into a downward facing dog. So we are really trying to lengthen our spine. We are pressing the mat. We are lengthening. So imagine that this whole chain from the hips and fingertips is as tall as it can be. Our knees can be slightly bent here as well. The heels can be up or down on the mat. So it depends where it's accessible today. From here, we are going to roll forward into a plank position. And now, if you want, you can either stay here or you can drop your hips down, keeping core active, taking gaze forward, pressing those shoulder blades down. So never collapsing here, always firm, taking gaze forward. Now as we go back into that downward facing dog, we tuck our chin down, we press our weight up onto the upper back, and we push into that downward facing dog. Now, lowering knees down for a moment, we are gonna take a little breather here. We were quite a long time upside down, so we are going to do 3 ways like that. So, planting hands on the mat, hips up to the sky. Now you choose your version. So it's either rocking into that plank or it's going to go into an up dog. So rolling forward, hips lower down, taking gaze forward, chin tucks down, pushing up into that down dog here. Now rolling forward, you do your own wave, chin tucks down, into an up dog. One more time, forward, gaze goes forward, and chin tucks down, and we come into that up dog. And now lowering knees gently down, and that's us done. This type of mobility flow will nicely wake you up for the day or works as a nice mobility routine as before the workouts as well, or as a movement snack. I love to do this type of mobility work throughout my days. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Do subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and I look forward to see you on that 10K live. Also, to mention, come and check my programs at mobility-fitness.com, where you can find my programs and you can work with me one-on-one. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next one. Bye bye.